Today's video is full of exciting footage as I show you a sneak peek on how I make soap using the heat transfer method. I make 3 sets of Easter themed bath bombs. I make labels for my soaps that I nearly lost due to soda ash. I stumble upon an interesting project going on downstairs, package more orders, and I cut that same soap that I made using that heat transfer method, and I make Easter themed whip soap. That's right, all of that and more coming up. Actually felt pretty good. I don't know the last time I made soap using the heat transfer method, but when I just made that lavender soap, felt really good. Brought back good memories. I think that process is a lot quicker, and I like it when I'm making a soap that's a solid color. I'll post that recipe on my Patreon, but I'm not going to go over the method in this video. I'll actually save that for next week's video. So if you want to know about the heat transfer method and making a soap that way, tune in for next week's video. Because right now, I'm going to make some bath bombs. That's right, I'm going to make some Easter bath bombs. I've got these nice little sprinkles that I want to use on the bath bombs and probably just have a little fun. I've got an event coming up in April 5th. And I think I would like to have a couple of Easter themed products there. So I thought, why not get some bath bombs, maybe some soaps and scrubs for people that want to buy them. So let's start making our bath bombs. I've got my baking soda in here. I'm going to spray it with just a few spritz of water and let that mix. And I actually learned that from Jerica Zimmerman. Really, really good advice, because I've noticed that my bath bombs are a lot smoother. And while that's mixing, I'm going to go ahead and measure and combine my dry ingredients. I usually mix my colorant first. I don't know why I didn't do this before, but it's okay. I'm going to mix it now, and I'm using a Blue Tide from Mad Micah's, and I'm just going to mix it with some 99% isopropyl alcohol. When I think of Easter, I think of pastel colors like blue, yellow, purple, pink, and I thought this blue is absolutely beautiful. It goes really, really nice with this cotton candy fragrance oil that I'm using for this blend as well. And I usually dip my bowl of colorant inside the baking soda because the baking soda adheres to the rest of the color in the bowl. And I can almost use all of the color that I mixed. While that's mixing, I'm going to measure the rest of my liquid ingredients. And I haven't made bath bombs in a while, and I'm a little bit nervous, especially with the new recipe. So I'm not going to be changing camera angles like that, but if this goes well, then I will give you all the footage of the next batch that I plan to make. As luck would have it, my battery died like right after my bath bombs actually started pressing perfectly. So in order to make up for the time that we lost together making these bath bombs, I'm going to start working on batch number 2. And this batch is going to be pink. And I'm going to use a different fragrance oil, but the same sprinkles, same method, same recipe, same everything. So let me go ahead and get that started now. I am so sorry. I meant to do this before I started pressing my first batch. I want to give you guys my making conditions. Currently it is 76 degrees Fahrenheit and we're at 33% humidity. And those pressed fine. Usually I'll press bath bombs at about 53-54% humidity, but this is actually still working pretty well. So I'm gonna stick with that recipe and see if I can knock out a couple more batches. So remember my soda ash video that I posted a few days ago? I'll put that video right here. I got a lot of soda ash around the edges of my soaps, but the inside of the soap was still a gorgeous bright pink, so I thought I would pivot and try and change my soap. And I think it worked out pretty good. I cut my soaps to be this regular rectangle shape, and that's not the usual shape of my soaps. I like for them to have little designs and colors inside of them, but I didn't want these to go to waste. So I thought, let me be a little bit more creative and maybe I will just change the packaging to keep it vibrant, live, and beautiful. So this is what I came up with. I actually have these boxes already in stock, and these soaps happen to fit perfectly inside of these boxes. I went on Canva because that's where I design all of my labels, and I designed a label for that soap. I don't know if I was able to design a label that's going to fit perfectly on these boxes. So I used a full sheet of gloss paper, which I get from online labels. If they don't have the specific size you're looking for, I found that you can just get a full sheet of gloss or a full sheet of white and print your label to fit whatever size packaging you need. So I've got a pink sangria sugar scrub and a body butter as well. And I thought about putting these together as a gift idea. But these labels right here are much different than this label right here. See that? So I'm thinking in my gift set, I'll probably change some of these labels to look a little bit more like this. What do you guys think? What do you think? Leave it as is, or should I make my sugar scrub label look more like this soap label? So I'm just gonna go downstairs. I'm gonna cook dinner, spend some time with the family, and then I'll bring you guys back tomorrow. We're gonna take a second look at these bath bombs, these pink sangria labels, and I'm also gonna cut that lavender soap that I made using that heat transfer method. So this is what I came downstairs to. What is this, Aeneas?
It's a hand casting mold.
And how long do you have to have your hand in there?
9 minutes.
And how long has it been?
I don't know.
Not 9 minutes.
Stop moving.
So I'll bring you guys back in about 9 minutes. I want to see what this looks
moving. Stop moving.
I'm not even moving.
You are. You're moving.
Oh God.
My Miss Angel made it because she loves me. Hardy's community is very loving and very friendly. We are a family, and I love her so much.
I really need this paycheck.
The man of many expressions.
Your list of goodbyes. You're sick of Saturday nights when I call you. You ain't got time to. You say you waited for hours. What if I told you? You know I'll see you tomorrow. You can say your last goodbyes. I never take what you say from the bottle. Looking sideways, but how am I the one to blame when you're distorting pictures? Calling my name. You ain't got time. Looking sideways, but how am I the one to blame when you're distorting?
Good morning. Welcome back. So the house is clean. Well, at least the downstairs living area is straightened up for now. And last night I made these soap labels, and I'm gonna go and finish labeling the rest of these boxes. Although the soaps aren't ready to be placed in the boxes, I don't want anything to happen to the labels if they're just sitting out, and I might even lose it. So let me organize this and also create the ingredient label to go on that box as well. So I was thinking that I would offer this pink sangria as a gift set because it's a lot different than our normal products. When I mean a lot different, I mean my labels are a lot different, that branding, that theme. So I thought it would be good to add it as a gift set. So that's why I want to make those changes to several of my sugar scrub labels and several of the body butter labels. As far as these Easter themed bath bombs go, which I absolutely love, they are so adorable and they smell so good. I thought about making like a foaming whipped soap to go inside of some jars, and I'll probably use the same colors that I use for the bath bombs and make little Easter gift sets as well. That's an idea, and that's a fairly simple idea that I think I can actually get done today. So this vlog has now been extended, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to include these bath bombs and the foaming soap. Yeah. And labels for the pink sangria. I stepped out for just a moment because I needed to take a break. Even when you work for yourself, you have to take your breaks. I went out and grabbed some coffee, and I also took my customers' packages to the UPS store. Now that I'm back, remember the heat transfer soap that I made? This beautiful lavender? This baby is ready to cut. So thought I would go ahead and do that really quick. But first, let me pivot you all so you can get a better view. It's been a minute since I've used the heat transfer method to make cold processed soap. When I started doing it, it felt really good. I like the heat transfer method when I'm making simple soaps, like soaps without designs, because I haven't mastered a recipe that has the perfect saturated to unsaturated fats ratio, because that makes a really, really big difference how your soap sets up when you want to create designs. I don't know why that was so difficult to unmold. So I'm not quite there yet. Someone who is really good at the heat transfer method and making designs is Ophelia Soapery. I'll post her channel right here. I can binge watch her making soap for hours. They are so beautiful. And I purchased several of her sample boxes, and they're even more beautiful in real life than they are on my camera. It's amazing. When I put this recipe in Soap Calc, it gave me a really, really hard bar as my final outcome. But touching the soap right now doesn't seem like it's really hard yet. So I don't know if I'm cutting it too soon. It was actually 2 days ago because I didn't make it yesterday. I made it the day before. All right, here goes nothing. And it's beautiful. Inside and out. Really nice deep purple. Smells amazing. Perfect. So I sell my soaps in 7-ounce bars. Sometimes you'll get one that's not 7 ounces, it's 6.99 ounces. So I always put that disclaimer on my website. There's my second bar. And there's the tops, in case you guys didn't see that before. And And next on our list, what better to accompany the Easter themed bath bombs, you probably can't see them down there, than with a whipped soap with colors to match. So let me gather those ingredients and I'm gonna get started on that recipe next. I make my own whipped soap base, and that's what I've got in this plastic container here. And this is the main component for this whipped soap base, like the final product. The only thing I'm adding is a little bit of fragrance oil, some more preservative, and a carrier oil. Perfect. That is so hard to do sometimes. So if you don't have a steady hand and you're not familiar with the density of your oils, I probably wouldn't recommend doing that. I'd probably recommend pouring it in a complete separate container and measuring it and then adding it to your lip. I'm adding my fragrance oils and my preservative to my pre-made foaming bath whip and my carrier oil. We're going to place it in the stand mixer or the mixing stand, whatever this thing is called, and we're going to let this mix for a little bit. And if you don't have one of these stand mixers, you can use a handheld mixer as well. I just don't like using them for the whipped soap base because it has the tendency to just kind of clog up. I'm going to use this baby today. I really hope this isn't a piping disaster because I can't find the piping nose that I really want to use. This one's really small. Can't even see it there. So what I'm trying to accomplish is a whipped soap with 3 different colors. I've got Flash Dance from Mad Mica, Blue Tide from Mad Mica, and a Buttercup Mica from Brambleberry. That's going to match the 3 different colors of bath bombs that I made. All right, so I'm nervous is all get out, but I'm ready to start. This is my daughter attempting to pipe it because I messed it up. Making these products can be quite stressful, but I'm happy to announce that I think I did pretty good. Take a look at those tops. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Perfect colors. The colors match the bath bomb. So overall, I think I did well. And I think next on my list, I'm going to make a soap to go with the entire package. And if you want that package, it's going to be posted on my website in just a few weeks. But if you don't want to wait a few weeks and purchase that package and you want to make any of these items or any items that I've made in the past, you can visit my Patreon And the link to my Patreon is in that description box below. I'm going to post the recipe to the whipped soap that I made, and the base to the whipped soap is also on my Patreon. And I'll post the recipe to those bath bombs on my Patreon as well. And I just want to say thank you to all my Patreons. Thank you for all your continued support. You guys have really, really helped me through this entire journey of making bath and body products. So thank you all for tuning in. And if you watched to the end, thank you so much. Please give me a huge thumbs up if you like this content. And please hit that notification button so you can be notified anytime I post new content. Until next time. So for those of you who were curious on how the hand casting kit turned out, this is the final product. Not too bad. They did really good. Really, really good, guys. Really, really good.